Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to find a girlfriend. By the time we get to the end of this video, you are going to be able to find the girl of your dreams. So let's jump right into it. The world of dating can be very difficult for men. It can feel frustrating and irritating and like nothing is going in your favor. Today I'm going to give you my secrets about dating that have worked for me, and it's probably not what you think. So let's think about what it takes to find a girlfriend. It's not just about being in the right places at the right times. It's about who you are. What are you bringing to the table as a guy? I know in my life this has been very overlooked when I'm looking for someone to date. I feel like I need to be going out more or putting myself in positions where I can meet more people. Maybe it's my dating app that isn't quite right. But let's take a step even further back and ask the question again, what are you bringing to the table? What can you bring to this relationship? Because I know a lot of women who are single who are looking for guys to date. And I also know a lot of guys who are single who are looking for women to date. What is the central problem here? When I was out of college and single, I really wanted to date people. And so I downloaded all of the dating apps, I started taking pictures, I started trying to match with people and go out with them. And like sometimes it worked out, but oftentimes it really didn't lead anywhere. And I was just sort of frustrated and bummed out. And then I thought about it. What am I actually bringing to this relationship? There were a lot of things about myself I didn't feel confident in. I didn't really feel like I had my life together. I kind of felt all over the place. I felt like a mess. So, when looking for a girlfriend, the first thing that you're going to want to do is take a step back and look at yourself. This is a time to be brutally honest. You have to ask yourself, where is my life out of order? What are my weaknesses? Start to write them down. Maybe your style isn't great. Maybe you're out of shape. Maybe you don't love the job you're in, or you're not in a great job. Maybe you don't have very healthy relationships with your friends and your family. Maybe you're battling addictions like sugar, video games, porn, social media. Maybe you're not working toward a goal that's prosperous. As you're asking yourself these questions, you have to be kind but harsh. What are the true areas in which you're not fully there? Do you have a life that a woman would want to be a part of? If not, how can you make it better? How clean is the space that you live in? Literally, like, are there clothes everywhere? Is it dirty? Do you know how to cook 10 great meals? Do you have an engaging social life? I don't mean to be mean about any of these, but I think that as guys, sometimes these are things that get overlooked. Because the truth is that if we want a woman to be a part of our lives, the most important thing is that we have a life that a woman would want to be a part of. It sounds so simple, and yet in execution, it's a lot harder than you might think. If we live a life full of bad eating habits and poor hygiene, what woman is going to want to be with us? So this is my recommendation. Once you've outlined these weaknesses, these opportunities for growth, set aside 8 weeks. These 8 weeks are going to have nothing to do with dating. Maybe even delete the apps from your phone. These 8 weeks are about you. After I graduated college, I made a list of things that I felt like I could shore up on, and I set aside 8 weeks to knock them out. I started to imagine how my life could be better. Now, from that long list of things that you feel like are your weaknesses, staring at that might just be depressing. So we need to start to think tangibly about what are the actual habits that could be put in place to improve these things. If you're feeling out of shape, maybe it's getting a gym membership and committing to going 3 times a week. If you're not being very productive, maybe it's setting an alarm and making sure you're going to bed at 10 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. every day. If you don't have a strong social life around you, maybe it's joining a social running club or other social event in your area, preferably one that meets up in person. If you're concerned about your eating habits, maybe it's meal prepping on Sunday and then eating healthy throughout the rest of the week. If you're looking to improve your articulation, maybe it's reading more books. Maybe it's deleting social media from your phone, doing a deep clean of your house on Sunday, buying yourself an entirely new wardrobe, or deciding you're not going to watch porn anymore. These 8 weeks are a time for you to work out and perform these things. This is an opportunity for you to start living the life that you want. A life that is orderly, a life that is enjoyable, and a life that someone else would want to be a part of. And the reason I say 8 weeks is because that's an achievable goal. That's 2 months of your life. That's a time you can set aside where you can actually make reasonable change. At the end of those 8 weeks, go out into the world. Take new pictures for your dating profile, or talk to the girl in line behind you at the coffee shop. Now you have something going for you. Now you're moving in the right direction. Now you have that momentum behind you. When I did this practice, I started to feel more confident. I started to feel more strong. I started to feel more self-assured. I was having more engaging interactions with strangers. This was a time that I was focusing on me. And by focusing on myself, I was able more genuinely to connect with the outside world. What I see and hear from the women around me is that the men that they encounter simply aren't trying hard enough. The unfortunate reality is that the cliche of smoking weed and sitting in your parents' basement playing video games is real for a lot of people, and that's where they're at. What woman would want to be a part of that life? Guys who are attractive are the ones that are putting themselves out there into the world. They're the ones who are working on themselves, working to live exciting, meaningful, and productive lives. This doesn't mean that any of this is going to be easy. In fact, it's going to be really, really hard. And perhaps these 8 weeks could be some of the hardest times of your life. But if you can push through and you can start to make progress and you can move in the right direction, they're going to dramatically improve how attractive and how confident you are when entering the real world. You will be leagues ahead of other men. It took me years to learn this, but as guys, attractiveness doesn't just come from having a six-pack. It's about someone who has prospects, is working toward a goal, and is emotionally intelligent. Designing your life to go down that path guarantees that you'll find a girlfriend. When you put time into improving yourself and improving the life that you lead, you're going to become a more magnetic, more transformative, more attractive person to the world. And the truth is, you can't really be both at the same time, or at least I couldn't. I couldn't both be trying to improve myself and also trying to find someone to date. But when I set aside time to forget about trying to find someone to date, to forget about chasing girls for a couple of months, to forget about the dating apps and the pickup lines and all of it, and instead focused entirely on me and making myself better, when I came out of that and I downloaded Tinder, within a week, I met the woman who I'll be marrying this July. There's a lot of women out there who are looking for men, but they're not looking to settle. Be the man they don't have to settle for. Thank you everyone for watching. Please comment below any suggestions or thoughts that you have, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everybody.